Welcome to the Tesla Economist. Please hit the thumbs up and remember to subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter and talk to me on Patreon. In 2020, Tesla's stock split somewhere around the mid $1,300 price. We've seen the stock price get that close only recently, and with these new factories and Q4 profits, it is certainly a possibility that the stock price would probably exceed the price it was when it split last time. Which means that it's possible Tesla's stock price could go absolutely crazy. Last time the split was announced, the stock increased 30%. Is that so hard to believe it can happen again? Now the market will be expecting it. So much so that perhaps it will jump even higher this time, before likely a fast readjust when many people take profits. Alright, so there is even a possibility that Tesla could shortly open their factories and hit perhaps as high as a $3 EPS for Q4. All of this will obviously create a huge boost in the stock price, which would make it exceed the previous stock price when the last split was announced. I mean, to be honest, if these events occurred, I think it's possible the stock price could shoot past $1,500. That is a huge jump. And as I think there is a reasonable chance of so many stock boosting events coming up, I have personally backed up this idea with some options too. An opportunity like this does not come up often. In fact, I've bet quite a bit on this, and I could stand to lose it all possibly. But the potential payoff is worth it in my opinion. So once these events occur, then it sends the stock price so high that Tesla will inevitably have to announce another split. If we were at a $1,500 stock price, and this announcement boosts the stock a further 30%, then that takes us to a $2,000 stock price. I mean, as a hodling shareholder, this is also exciting, and you get to see your stock and net worth rise significantly. But the stock will readjust eventually, but the price could still remain strong north of $1,500. One of the reasons Tesla have to split is because it's too hard for the employee stock purchase plan. Tesla want to make it easy for their employees to own stock. I don't believe they can buy fractions of stock like some trading platforms allow. Let's be realistic here. Tesla don't want their stock price trading too high, likely for several reasons. It is going to split. Alright, there could be some major macro or black swan events where Tesla and the market crash so much that perhaps Tesla doesn't need to split for a little bit longer. On the other hand, it could approach its last pre-split price this month. Tesla will have unbelievable Q4 profits. We're talking over 10 times what they were the last Q4. Over 10x in EPS within just 1 year. In January 2021, Tesla traded as high as $940. At the time I'm recording this, the stock price is less than 10% higher than that. Yet we have over 10x EPS. We also have 2 new factories where everything pretty much went to plan, except for regulatory issues with Berlin, and the Cybertruck was delayed about a year. And China will be about 3 or 4 times bigger than initially assumed too. These are the events that have happened over the last year. Anyway, you were there, I was there, we witnessed all that became of Tesla over the last year. This isn't meant to be about how low Tesla's stock price appears to be relative to everything else that has happened. This is more about what is ahead of us, such as Q4 earnings accompanied with the earnings call, which we know is going to be a big deal because Elon is on it. It may be streamed with live video in Austin perhaps, and then Elon might officially announce the opening of Giga Austin. There is obviously going to be something or some things mentioned that are a big deal on this call. With outstanding earnings and at least 1 factory opened in the next couple of months, it has a strong possibility of pushing the stock price into split potential prices. The market may even preemptively feel it coming and push the price up before even any mention of a split, just the mere inkling that it's on the way. This could end up raising the chances of the split even further, thus resulting in more people preemptively purchasing, possibly resulting in a self-fulfilling prophecy. There are a lot of potential catalysts coming up right now that could create some momentum in the stock price again. Just to remind you, the last quarterly results that were announced took the stock price above $1,200. Now the Q4 result is going to be at least 50% higher than the last. Just quarter over quarter, I think probably even over 60% higher. This is a gigantic leap in profits just over a quarter. If this is also pushed with the Austin opening, then That's some serious momentum for the stock. The price could leap. Austin opening is a really big deal because we get 4680 specifications from the vehicles. All the speculation on what difference these batteries will make to the vehicles will be put to rest. They will likely have faster charging capabilities and longer range, with higher performance and a lighter weight. We are continually hearing about the latest and greatest technology from each of the legacy autos or Chinese autos. Well, this is the latest and greatest from Tesla for their mainstream model. It's the biggest deal since the 2170 battery was introduced. It will be an even greater leap in technology than the 2170 was from the 18650, and it's all Tesla. This is why it's one other reason the Austin opening is such a massive deal. All of these events and others could push the stock price up and maintain it there, resulting in Tesla announcing a split. Tesla will likely do at least $2.5 billion in net profit Q4. Annualized, that comes to $10 billion. If you think Tesla should have a quarterly PE ratio of 150, that puts the stock price at around $1,500. Even if the PE ratio isn't as high for that event, then there are the other events to improve its chances of reaching split level. To be honest, if you are hodling Tesla for years and years, the split is of little consequence to you, although it may allow you to accumulate shares a bit easier if you can't buy at fractions. In the long run, it makes very little difference, but for me, if there is a chance of a split around the corner, I feel it prudent to always have some options on the go, just in case it's announced. And that is one thing that the split will do. It will make options trading a lot easier and less risky. The options will only be about 1/5 the price they are today. This may not even be Tesla's last split anytime soon either. There are plenty of projections I've done that see Tesla's stock price at $5,000 before 2025. It may depend on a lot of things. Right now, everyone is talking about the macro issues though, which may inevitably affect PE ratios. But in reality, usually the only macro events that affect the stock price is a crash. Until then, it will pretty much keep going up. Well, up and down in an upward trend until it drops. The fact that everyone is talking macro right now probably means it's not going to crash. It usually catches people off guard. Also, the insanity is usually at the peak before the crash. In the last 6 months building up to a crash, you usually see the highest increases. But there are some dangerous events circulating around the economy, so you never can tell, and you never can predict them. Look how many people have been talking about a crash coming just about every month last year. As John Maynard Keynes said, the markets can remain irrational longer than you can remain solvent. Markets are not something you can predict. I don't try to, and I'm clear that I don't try to. I do, however, plan on putting together some crash insurance, as I'm flying a little bit close to the sun. Rather than attempt to predict the markets, I do the best I can to predict the future of Tesla. And as we're just starting to see, now that Tesla is done covering its OPEX, it will start making some serious money, as we're about to witness for the first time in Q4. Sadly, this may be the only time for a little while, as these new factories will take some time to ramp up efficiently enough to make profits. Towards the end of the year, when the new factories are seeing some decent volume, then Tesla will be one serious moneymaker. Double deliveries means a lot more than double profits. Either way, I see all of these events as enough to take the stock price to the next level, perhaps trading between $1,300 and $1,500, which is Tesla's stock split price territory. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. What price do you think the stock will need to reach before a split is announced, and when do you see that happening? Thanks for listening. Please hit the thumbs up and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter and talk to me on Patreon.